Wanna be Lab Rats? This is episode number 86, and today we're going to discuss events and whether or not you should go, even though perhaps maybe you don't know anything. Are you beginner, intermediate, advanced? What? Is it worth it? Let's talk about it. Hey, welcome back to the lab, your daily inspiration for creating better content. All right, so for today's episode, guys, happy Saturday, right? Today we have a theme, as always, keeping it daily. The weekend warrior, teach you how to do stuff. All right, so today I'll teach you how to decide whether or not going to an event will be beneficial for you. All in all, let's just be honest, you won't know until you actually go, okay? But I'm going to share with you my experiences from being a beginner in that, and I think there are levels of beginner, right? Okay, so there are certain levels within the game of whatever industry you're in, and when you know completely nothing, that's one level. When you know maybe one or two people and you kind of know what's going on and you know some of these keywords and you know some of these tools, that's another level. It's another level to have been to one conference already. Okay, so let's get into some of these levels. Okay, so I'm going to speak to you guys purely on my experience and what I have gone through, and I think I just kind of see this little thought process in people's minds as they comment on things, and I'm just seeing this, so that's why I'm creating this piece of content. Okay, so you can kind of get maybe a little bit better idea for yourself, deciding if you want to go to events. Okay, so I've been reading in the comments, and people are like, wow, that looks like a lot of fun, but I'm not, I don't think I'm ready for that. Or, wow, that looks like a lot of fun, but that looks like a lot of money. And so there's a lot of stipulations in how people make their decisions. Okay, so with events, guys, my first event was New Media Expo, and I'm not like a veteran or anything, but again, I'm just going to speak to you on my perspective. I knew one person. He was coaching me at the time, and his name is Greg Hickman. You may know him from Mobile Mixed. And so I would say that's a pretty solid foot in to have when I was really starting out in podcasting and making video and creating content. That was a really nice, solid foot in. It made me feel just a bit more confident. That was the whole reason why I was going. If I didn't know Greg, then I probably wouldn't have gone. I would have chickened out and not have gone to this event. So if you were like me and you were very new in creating content, you hadn't yet found your voice, you're still not sure about what you want to name your blog or anything like that, I would get to know at least one person who's pretty well connected, so that they can at least introduce you to people, right? And how do you do that? Well, you start to build relationships with people, and not all people are going to want to do that. Okay, I was so lucky that Greg reached out his hand and said, hey, do you want some free coaching? I'm starting to expand my coaching business. I think we're a good fit, and I'd love to do that for you. And I said, fuck yeah, like freaking coach me. I need to learn. And so with that coming, and then New Media Expo rolling along, it was just like a perfect shoe-in fit. So I don't know if that's a unique situation or what, but I'm certain that you can make those opportunities happen for you in a way that you're giving everything and trying to show value in everything that you're putting out. Somebody will take notice, guys. So the biggest thing is how I build relationships. It's sort of an indirect way. I put everything that I can possibly put, my effort, my heart, my perspective, whatever, into the content that I put out. I don't really try to cold email anybody. I don't try to hit anybody on Facebook. People actually come to me and say, hey, you're doing a great job. I just want to say I watched your show and I could feel the passion, or I could feel the love, or whatever that you put into your content. I really appreciate that. And I want to be in your corner. That's usually how things go. That's how a lot of the I would say big influencers I have met have come to have come to know me is because I just really try to put everything, show up 110% in the content that I put out, because I'm shy. I'm really not that person who's going to try to tweet at you on Twitter and try to get to know you. I'm really not, guys, even though I tell people, go do that. Go do that, because people do that to me and I appreciate it, because I know it takes balls to do that. I'll tell you right now that I'm naturally not going to do that. So if you can do that, okay, more big ups to you, okay? But I'm just saying that's how I do it. I indirectly attract the people who support me that way, because the best thing I can do, because I know my strengths, I can put everything into this right here. I can give everything, and I guess that is showing in some cases. So some people notice that, and they end up supporting me. So I'm just really grateful for people like that who can see what I'm putting out. It's one thing to give your all, but nobody sees it, right? I mean, I did that too. So, all right. Another thing, guys, when you're deciding to go to an event, so at New Media Expo, after that was done, even though Greg had introduced me to a lot of big names like Pat Flynn, Johnny Dumas, Kate Erickson, I met Lewis Howes that day. I was still such a newbie and not confident in my own content and my own place in the world of podcasting. I was just really, really new, and it really showed because I was such a fangirl around everybody, and because I've seen their names and faces, and then now I was meeting them in person. It was like a movie star kind of thing. And I would say that the networking did not happen at all. I met a lot of people. I maybe made an impression on 3 people, and that really took a lot out of me. But I just didn't know how to do that. I was really poor at that time. But I was very much inspired. So if you're impressionable and you want to be inspired, then I would say going to an event when you don't know anything, or you don't feel confident about your own content or your place in the world of that niche, it's still okay to go. It's still going to be very beneficial for you to go, because I think for me it was a big game changer, and it made me realize this is it. Like when you're there, when it's live, when you're meeting and shaking the hands of these people, you're like, wow, it's real. It's real, and it just motivates you. And if anything, if I didn't get to network and if I didn't make an impression with those people on that day, that was okay, because there was now this renewed fire within me to figure it out, So I think it was still beneficial in that way. And I was really glad that I didn't pay the full price for the conference. That probably would have helped too, but I only paid for the exhibit hall, so I could just kind of meet people in the hallways and stuff. And yeah, so moving on to this next event that I went to, Podcast San Diego, and it's been quite some time that has passed since that, maybe a year or so, right? I felt much better about who I am. I've found my voice for the most part. I kind of know where I stand now within the world of podcasting. I'm a video podcaster. I talk about creating content with heart and relationships and blah, 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 blah. So I can talk about all these things now when I'm actually in a room of people and learning how to work a room in my favor. So that was another level. I'm still a beginner. In no way am I established where I can say that I'm on the level of certain content creators. And it's not even really like a class or a cast sort of thing, but it's just means of progress and how we track each other and how we keep track of our own progress. But by no means do I think I'm established, but much better at the networking this time, much better. And so now it was even more beneficial for me to go. So I would say I'm still a beginner. I'm in a higher level of beginner, and events are definitely something that I should be attending and showing up to, generating that momentum, right? Keeping that momentum going in my brand. So that's it, guys. That's the perspective at which I could speak to you on, that I think that I have authority on in that sense, is that, for beginners, that's my experience, and I feel that I'm still very much a beginner. So take with that with which you may, and hopefully that will help you decide whether or not an event or a conference will be beneficial for you. If you have any more questions, because I know it's kind of broad. I mean, it's very specific situations that everybody has, but leave it in the comments and I'll see you in there. Okay. So today's Thursday. Veda just started, like I said earlier in the episode. So if you'd like to join us, I can't wait to meet you, and you can check out all of our Veda videos in the description below. Okay, so good things, guys. We'll see you tomorrow for Cozy Sunday. We're going to do another chapter of primal branding, what it takes to be a successful brand. I'm kind of shocked that the Cozy Sundays episodes aren't more watched, because it's all about branding, and I think it's invaluable information, but maybe because it's on a Sunday, I don't know. People are chilling out. I would love to be chilling out, but I usually shooting the show. So good things, guys. I really appreciate you hanging out with me. I'm lucky to have you, and we'll see you next time here on the Get in the Lab podcast. So once again, my name is Megan, reminding you, get in the lab. See you next time. Peace out.